So in some unfortunate breaking news, it appears that we have a man overboard situation currently taking place on board a Royal Caribbean ship that is in the process of completing a 15-day trans-Pacific sailing. Now, also unfortunately, this involves two tragedies that have taken place as of yesterday, which was Wednesday, April 26th. So we're going to go over it. However, before we go over those little giblets of information, I do have some quick announcements I get over to you guys. One involving a correction that I made yesterday on the Carnival Mardi Gras. I said yesterday when it comes to shebang, they're going to be charging you $8 per entree. That was wrong. I apologize. It is $8 per visit after your first visit. Either way, it's going to cost you a little bit of money. It was late for me yesterday. Well, I should say early in the morning. I didn't really sleep much. I had a bunch of videos I had to get out. It was like 2 in the morning. However, no excuse. I apologize. I made a mistake. I'll take the L and I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. Also, I do have a review coming up that I recorded yesterday as well in the process of all the other videos that I made yesterday involving my review on the Scarlet Lady, the spring break cruise that I recently took. Finally, today is cruise day for me. I will be jumping on board the NCL Joy. So make sure you guys go check out my other channel, Jay the Nomad, for all of my vlogs. I will have them out as early as tomorrow. So yesterday, a Royal Caribbean ship sailed into silence in shock as an announcement came up around 11 p.m. local time stating that there was an emergency on board. However, at the time, which by the way, all of this took place on Royal Caribbean's Quantum of the Seas, that is completing a 15-day trans-Pacific sailing from Brisbane, Australia, over to Hawaii. But when the announcement came, there was also some confusion on board as to what it was directed for. Many on board, from the crew to even some of the guests that were aware to another situation that took place, thought that it was a situation in which a woman had recently passed away, unfortunately, on board. My condolences go out to the friends, family, and loved one of that woman. However, we would then come to find out later on that evening that somebody had gone overboard. I have a clip for you guys. Hopefully this alleviates some of the confusion, and then we'll talk about the details after.
So we can account for everybody on board. Once again, if you are currently not with your roommate, we kindly ask that you return to your room, wait for your roommate, and then call 911. 911 if you are missing your roommate.
An Australian man has gone overboard on a cruise ship 1,400 kilometres south of the Hawaii coast. The Royal Caribbean Quantum of the Seas ship was 2 days from reaching its port in Hawaii from Brisbane when tragedy struck around 11 p.m. The man is believed to be the partner of a passenger who died during a medical emergency on the vessel.
So there was a medical emergency?
Earlier on, during a show, another show they were watching. So the music stops, and then there was announced that there was a medical emergency and that the person had passed away, which does happen from time to time. But an hour and a half later, they got the call out that someone had gone overboard, and it turned out to be the partner of the person that passed away.
The cruise line's captain immediately brought the ship to a halt following the news, with staff launching a search and rescue operation. The ship has resumed its course, and rescue crews have deployed a Hercules aircraft fitted with a GPS system and cameras in hope it will help with efforts to find the missing man. Other ships in the area have been advised to keep a lookout for the overboard passenger after an Amber Alert was issued. A request was also made to the US Navy in a bid to ramp up search efforts.
So one thing that is not confirmed at this time is the sex of the passenger that passed away prior to the man overboard situation. I said a few minutes ago there was a woman. The articles that I've read said it's a woman. The video you guys just watched, if you overheard, said it was a man. Either way, still tragic, and my condolences. Now, as you see, when it was figured out and discovered that a man had gone overboard on top of the passing of another passenger prior to this incident, the cruise ship Quantum of the Seas, the captain halted everything, music off, and yeah, of course, it can provide a very, if you guys have ever been on a ship during a search and rescue, it can be very eerie, and it can be very, I don't know how to explain the vibe, right? It's dead silence. There's no music going on. All the shows come to a halt, and all you see is pretty much the dark ship, and you see a giant searchlight looking around. Now, this went on for hours, and of course, Coast Guard is called, and they put out airplanes rather, search and rescue, and they had other ships nearby looking out for anybody that could have been maybe floating in the water in order to help rescue the passenger that's gone overboard. Unfortunately, the cruise ship is continuing on with their sailing. They are having Coast Guard and other authority figures also look out for the missing man that has gone overboard, but it's one of those situations that you can only look for so long before it's determined that a cruise ship can only do so much, and you have to leave it to the proper authorities that are used to doing, well, this type of search and rescue mission. Also, allegedly, cameras did catch the overboard situation take place Keep in mind that on modern cruise ships, there is a man overboard detection system that is usually available and accurately works whenever these situations like this happen to arise. There's also witnesses claiming that they saw the situation as well. However, none of that has been confirmed at this point in time. But either way, I do want to kind of debunk a situation here, because whenever a man overboard or a falling happens of any kind, and it's put out in the article, I see a lot of people, well, it's probably the most popular comment that you'll see is that, well, somebody doesn't just fall overboard. We all know that. But the thing is, whenever nothing has been confirmed, we don't know if it was intentional. We don't know if it was the very rare foul play, which happens on board cruise ships. Like I said, very, very rare that it's foul play. But overboard, I always tell you guys, as far as the numbers, it happens anywhere between 24 to 26 times per year. So it's not common, but it's also not uncommon that somebody falls. And when I say fall, it's more so in a general sense. We don't know what happens, and I see a lot of people get up in arms about it. Nobody just falls off a cruise ship. Technically, that's true. Technically, there are only 3 scenarios in which somebody goes overboard. Either it is accidental, somebody could potentially be careless, trying to take a selfie, or trying to switch from one balcony to the other. Both of those scenarios have happened in history's past. It could be intentional, meaning somebody is trying to unalive themselves and they jump off of the balcony. We've seen that. That's usually the most common, unfortunately. Or a very rare foul play. Like I said, that happens very, very rarely, where somebody is possibly pushed off of the balcony by an ex-lover or somebody like a serial killer or something of that nature. Either way, let's all hope and pray that this passenger that has gone overboard is found okay. But I am going to wrap this video up. As usual, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. I do a lot of editing to do, and I still have to go board the NCL Joy. Yeah, like I said, guys, make sure you go subscribe to my other channel, Jay the Nomad. Keep an eye out. Around 6, if I get this other video edited on the Scarlet Lady, I will be posting it up. And if there is an update, because I do have a friend on board the Quantum of the Seas, if she's able to get back to me and give me some information, then I'll, of course, if I find it valuable, I'll relay all of it to you for like a part 2 or like an update on this situation. But just know, of course, hit that like button. I love and appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you later. Take it easy.